video, I wanted to talk about my experience at Evermore Park. If you haven't heard of Evermore, it's a park in Pleasant Grove, Utah, and it is basically an RPG park where you come as a character and you interact with the people at the park, and they'll give you like quests and stuff, and you can earn gold, which is spray painted little rocks. You can trade it for stuff. It's really fun. And I can't wait to tell you guys about it. So before going to the park, I had seen Ginny D's video about Evermore Park and what to expect from it. And I went with a group of girls and we were super excited to go. And we all watched the video, try and get a grasp on like what to expect and stuff. But that video was from like 3 years ago, I think. And the park has changed since then. So I wanted to kind of share what kind of changes there were. So in that video that I mentioned, they had received physical cards to get them started with quests. The park no longer does that. Instead, they have a QR code that you can scan to keep it on brand, I guess you could say. It was really funny because the people working at the park were calling phones Faybark, and like they're like, I don't really understand how that works, but apparently you guys do. So you just get the code onto your Faybark. Anyways, it was really cute how they like incorporated the technology without straight up ruining the experience and stuff. Yeah. We used that to get started, but we ended up not really following those for the rest of the time. I spent the majority of the time completing the 3 tasks to get into the Fairy Guild, and 2 of my sister-in-laws were also getting into the Fairy Guild. And there's lots of different guilds you can join, like there's the Pirates and the Knights, all sorts of groups. But it was really fun, and I mean, I could have done it a lot faster, but we had a large group and we were all trying to do things that all of us would like, so it took a little bit longer, which was fine. Joining any of the guilds, because we did ask for instructions to join a few other guilds just to compare and see what they were. So it's usually 3 tasks, and then you come back, you tell them about the tasks, and then there's like a ceremony. So like I learned the fairy dance to join the Fairy Guild, and that was really fun and stuff. And those are every hour on the hour they do those ceremonies so you can join the guild. Also, when you arrive at the park, you'll receive a card, and on the card are different things that can be punched. So it'll say entree, side, dessert, drink, and then arena. And so those make those things free for you to do or get just that one time. So the arena is like the battle arena. You can have them punch it and you'll get a foam weapon. You'll get to train in the battle arena and join a team and whatever. It's super fun. Just straight up LARPing at a theme park. Like, oh my gosh, it was so fun. So, suggestions I would make if you were planning to go to Evermore. Pockets. My costume that I made had no pockets. I ended up borrowing a purse to use for the day, and honestly it was a hassle because like battling, I had to put it down and there wasn't really a good spot to put it down, and I was worried that like I'd get caught up in the battle and someone would take it, which didn't happen. None of my stuff got stolen, but it was a worry in the back of my mind. So I wish I had put pockets into my costume or chosen an ensemble that had pockets. The other thing along with pockets is having some sort of small, easily accessible pouch that you can tie to yourself or whatever, just something little, because those gold pieces that they give you, it's really easy to lose those in a purse or whatever, and it would just be easier if there was a go-to spot just for the fake gold for the park. So yeah, if I go again, which I'm definitely going again because oh my gosh, it was great. I'm gonna have pockets and I'm gonna have a small pouch. Okay. My next suggestion is if it's your first time at the park, go on the train and go on the train early. We did the train very late in the day. Actually, it was like the park was almost closing. It was one of the last things we did, and all of us wish we had done it first, because what the train going around the park allowed us to see was everything that would have been available, and I feel like we barely even scratched the surface of what there was to enjoy and explore and stuff, which is also why I can't wait to go back and do more things there and all sorts of fun stuff. But yeah, if it's your first time there, get on the train and get on the train early, because that's going to give you the experience of knowing and being able to discuss with your group what you're doing, instead of just being like, what's that over there? I don't know. Let's go see. Which, I mean, still works. It was fun, but it led to a lot of wandering where we could have been more direct in what we wanted to do, where we wanted to go. Oh, and the other thing about the train is sit on the left side of the train if you can, or put your short people on the left side. I was sitting on the right side, which meant for most of the train ride I was looking outside of the park instead of inside of the park, just because it does go counterclockwise around the park, and so yeah, it's easier to see into the park from the left side. It is a very immersive environment. Everyone from the people who work there and are paid, which you know because they wear an amulet that is specific to them, to even other people just enjoying the park, everyone's acting in character. Everyone just, oh my gosh, it was so fun. Even talking to other people just at the park casually, everyone was in character and everyone wanted it to stay that way. Basically just a congregation of RPG nerds all having fun, and I loved it. I was eating it up. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like everything I've ever dreamed of, from being a little girl playing pretend and wishing that everyone would play along. There it is. It's right there. It's super fun. And it's really just the pure joy of imagination, but everybody's in on it. And it's so great. Okay, my next tip. If you go to Evermore, wear very comfy shoes. I was wearing my green ankle boots, and they have like no foot support inside. They're really light and stuff, but they don't have a lot of foot support. I need to put some sort of insole in there because it just needs a little more. But my feet were throbbing by the end of the day. Not that I cared, because I was having so much fun, but when I go back, I'm gonna wear comfier shoes. Okay, get there as soon as it opens and stay until it's closed, because it is so much fun and there's so much to do. And like I said, we were there the whole time and we barely even scratched the surface of what could be done. So it's definitely not somewhere you want to just like go for an hour or so. Like, you want the full experience when you go. So get there early and stay until it's closed. Also, there's a closing ceremony. I didn't get to see. I was getting my fortune told in the fortune telling tent at the exact time they were doing the closing ceremony, but yeah. Okay, the next thing that I thought was really cool was like these little trinket things they had going on. So they know that little kids, if you bring little kids to the park, they're not gonna have a lot of real world money to spend on like the fun stuff in the park. I should show you what I got. Hang on. So while you can use like the gold rocks to complete quests, you can't actually use them to buy food or actual objects in the park. But they do have lots of really cool tents set up, and it just feels like you've walked straight into a medieval kind of fantasy realm where with market stalls and stuff. But I got myself a Lothlorien leaf necklace, and I'm super excited about it. Also, it's not just a necklace, it's a pin too, so I could take it off the chain and just pin it right on. Yeah, I love it so much. But they know that the kids that come aren't necessarily going to have a lot of money, so they have like these little bags of random trinkets, like little tiny plastic dragons and seashells and shiny rocks and all these things. And they can go like place to place and be like, oh, I'll trade you this gem for that dragon. And like the people will stay in character and barter with the kids, and it's super cute. And the kids can just like build up whatever trinkets they want, and they can barter like giving one trinket away for two other or stuff like that. Anyways, it was really cute to see, and I love that they have that set up for the kids so that they can enjoy the experience too. The bags are like $4. And I didn't have any little kids with me, but one of my sisters-in-law needed a little pouch for her gold pieces, and so she ended up buying one of the bags to use as her little pouch. So that was fun, and it was so cute to see the children be able to interact with the people too and be part of the experience. Like that's so special. Overall, I would say my experience at Evermore was one of the funnest experiences that I've had in a very, very, very long time. It's all out, well, it's mostly outdoors. I mean, you can go like into buildings, but most of your experience is going to be outdoors. And oh man, just the dressing up and the pretend play, and like that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. It's everything I love, dressing up and pretend play, and there's an entire theme park dedicated to it, and I loved it so much. And like, you can be really into like medieval combat. You could be really into fairy things. You could be into mermaids and pirates or elves or archery or throwing knives, and you're gonna have fun there. Like, there are so many things to do, and there's so much fun to be had. And like, we didn't even do a lot of quests, and I can't wait to go back and do more quests. Like, there was a fox fairy asked us to find out the hiding places of other people, so we went around and we asked some of the other people working there, like, oh, what's your favorite hiding spot? And they're like, oh, I like the catacombs. And they're like, no, the bell tower's better, and stuff like that. And then we went back and told the fox fairy, and she like gave us gold and stuff. It was really fun. Yeah, 20 out of 10. Go to Evermore. It is so worth it. It is so fun. And yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell. I upload most Mondays. Clearly this video is not on a Monday, but I'm a little bit behind this week. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to stay creative. Bye.